VMware ESXi CLI part, which we discussed in last video. So we'll discuss on the storage part more. As in the last video, we discussed about the next network part. Now we will more discuss emphasis on the storage part in this video. So I'm logging into my ESXi server. So that we are open the shell. Okay. So now, as you can see, I will type the list of VMware file system data stores and the extent on the ESXi storage device. So how I will get to know that information? I will need to type this command ESXCLi, and in that way I will get the information of storage and VFS VMFS, because it's VMware file system. Now what we want to know, we want to list the data store extent and list. Okay, see. So this is the data store we have when we check in graphical user interface. So we can directly get that this is the data store. Now, when we go and communicate with the ESXi command line interface, when we don't have access to the vCenter server and we have to remotely access this, then VMware CLI is useful in that case. And with this, we are able to gain the information remotely. Like you can see here, which all information we can get. I can increase the font. I think there is no facility here to either we can do the full terminal, but it's okay. So we understood that there is a remote login utility ESXi CLI. When we don't have access to the vCenter server, then we can directly communicate it in the runtime. This information. Now next thing we will check on the process list, in the list of virtual machines running on the ESXi host and their process ID. So that will list it. So again, I will go to my ESXi, ESXCLi, and I would have to list the VMs. So what are the commands I will type? I will go to VM because I want to know the VM, and I will also want to know the process ID. So I will list them with the process ID, and so these all the VMs are there in our ESXi host. So we can also check it remotely by going to VMs tab. So here you can find this is the VM. Okay. Now this template, that is a OA file. This is different, I think. That is, it's not defined like it's a guest OS. So that only our VMware or our ESXi host has given this information. Now moving on to further part, if you want to know the list of the CPU information which is on the ESXi host, then we will simply type this command on our ESXi host, ESXCLi, then hardware, because it comes in hardware, then what it is the CPU, and we will list this. Okay, so sorry, ESXi should be there, ESXCLi. Great. So this is the CPU information we have. So two core CPUs are there in ESXi host. We can also check with our data store in our properties tab. Here also we can check. So how many CPU cores are there? In the summary also we can get those information. So there are two logical processors with this hardware information. Okay. So this is the hardware information. If we scroll, then there are two CPU. Okay. And similarly, if you want to get the information on the memory, like how many memory are there, then I can get again this information on the ESXi command. I will give the command here, and I will give E6 again type this same command, just the information here. I will give the memory information. So that will list the memory. Okay. And I will list this. Unknown hardware is Okay, let's check the other command. So hardware get command is there for memory. Okay, this that will display the information for the ESXi host. Okay, so I will type the get command here, and that will get the memory information. See, physical memory for the ESXi host is 2.24 gigs, and here we can find it. So it is the total memory allocated for the ESXi host in this configuration. And if we check for the ESXi host 2, then this is also 2 1.25 GB. Okay, 2 plus, so total overall 6 GB is there, which is assigned to the ESXi host, that only they have displayed. Okay, the overall memory, not the one assigned to this ESXi host. Okay, so similarly, if we check for the other information like the installed vSphere installation bundles on the ESXi host, then we run this command because it is coming in the installation part. So we will vary with the not with the hardware but with the software. Okay, so here I can write it as software SOF, and here delete software. Okay, and what the other information I can provide here? Software VIP list. Okay. So this will information give the information of all the what to say the information on the installed software or the certificates which is required in this ESXi course. You can maximize the screen to get the complete information. Okay, this is the the list of installed VIP software list, install version, the acceptance level. So this is the information for the ESXi CLI command line interface. Now we will check for the system log or syslog information configuration for the ESXi host. So ESX CLI, and we will type this information ESX CLI, and we'll type system syslog configuration. It is related with the configuration part. So I will do config. Okay. So this is the information like check the certificate for this revocation false. Okay, display log level error. So this is the log information file. You can check it remotely for the configuration part on the ESXi. So these are the few examples of many commands which we have in our documentation. For more information, also we can do ESXCLI -help. Okay, so that will give all the information regarding the command line interface. Okay, so we have to type here space, then only we can get the information ESXCLi and help. Okay, so this is the information we can get query on the if you don't know any kind of command. Okay, so this is the command line interface for communicating with the ESXi host. Okay, so thank you for watching. This is the section for part 2 which we have discussed for the ESXi host CLI command line interface for communicating with the ESXi machine. So thank you for watching.